My fellow Barbadians, the local news network is once again headlined with the reporting of more violent deaths in our nation. This year has certainly not been a good one in relation to the spate of violence and the number of homicides that have already doubled the statistics of last year. With already 38 such deaths, it is my prayer, and certainly that of the Anglican Church in Barbados, that we will be able to break this cycle of precious lives being lost by way of violent crimes and stay clear of the record high number tallied in 2019. The Anglican Church truly condemns these acts of violence and is truly saddened by this reality. We will continue to remember in prayer all those families who have lost loved ones under these circumstances, and stand ready to offer support and counsel to those affected families through the ministries of our churches in the various parishes across our nation. As citizens who are concerned for the well-being of our young men and women and who love our nation, let us, my friends, continue to pray for those families and also for those who are currently caught up in this cycle and culture of violence and retribution, and do all we can to help and encourage them to recognize and adopt alternative methods of resolving conflicts and disagreements. It is perceived that many of these young persons who today have resorted to this way of life have been adversely affected by some trauma or negative circumstance in their past, and they have sought refuge and received acceptance and a sense of belonging within those circles involved in drugs, guns, and violence. Equally, it is reason that we, in the home, in the school, the church, the government, the business sector, and society, have failed them. Failed to offer support, guidance, opportunities for wholesome socialization, and failed to sufficiently instill in them an appreciation for the dignity, value, and worth of their lives and the lives of others as God created them. What is certain, however, is that it is high time now to work towards correcting this societal failure and neglect and seek to transform and regenerate the lives and minds of these individuals and protect others, especially our children, from falling into this state of disenchantment and destructive way of life. Our Anglican churches will seek during this academic year, with the permission of the Ministry of Education, to foster a closer relationship with our schools and families whose children need additional support to aid in their progress and overall development, as we reckon that such could assist them from falling through the cracks. Already some of our churches assist various schools with their breakfast programs, for example, but we intend to offer other levels of assistance where possible. Some are also offering the opportunity for our young ones to learn how to play a musical instrument, because we believe that this can possibly lead to some means of supplementing their income in the future. We have in the past had many a government forum to discuss the rising statistics of those becoming involved in crime within our nation. And only in May this year, our Anglican Church at its Synod 2024 gave further thought to this area of concern within our society. It is time now, not just for words, but for decisive action. Action focused not only on having walks or marches for peace and safety, or the observance of days or periods when we pray for peace, as important as both of these are, not simply action by the police and defense force assisted by the community in capturing and penalizing offenders by way of incarceration that hopefully will also include rehabilitation. But action, my friends, that is also based on seeking to transform the will, heart, and mind of those who are on the verge of committing such heinous acts, and providing the means or opportunity for them to be gainfully employed and make an honest living. Young parents, in recognizing the day and times in which we live, I encourage you to pay great attention to your charges, acknowledging that they are a gift from God, for you are to love and care and raise them in the best way possible, even if they were unplanned at the time of their birth. They are a part of you, and you are likewise to be an integral part of their lives for the positive. Be their positive influencer all the time and enable them to be exposed to many other positive influencers, while at the same time protecting and equipping them to manage should they be confronted with negative ones. And reaching out for help when challenges seem overwhelming. Be assured that the Anglican Church will continue to be available in order to lend whatever support and assistance we can as you strive to instill a positive influence in the wholesome upbringing of your charges. We continue to offer parenting programs through our Family Life Commission and also by way of various organizations such as our Mothers Union and Men's Association to support you in the raising of your children. We encourage you to ensure that your homes continue to be a peaceful haven where your children most desire to be, where they experience deep love and care and learn how to reciprocate. In their schooling, continue to show and have keen interest in their development as you work with and support their teachers in ensuring that your charges acquire the knowledge and the skills to be productive citizens in our society. Raise them with a consciousness of God, their Creator, who has a divine purpose for their lives and for them to live at peace with others, loving neighbor and self. Our Anglican Church certainly desires to work alongside you in developing their faith and consciousness of the divine, so that we can all live in love and peace with each other in this nation. I wish to close by appealing to those who are at this time caught up in the gang and gun culture within our nation. Please put down the gun and the knife. Please cease from seeking vengeance and the life of the one who has offended you, harming innocent bystanders and causing distress to their families and your families through these violent crimes. Always be mindful of the saying, crime doesn't pay, and there is a better way to live your life than always being on the hunt to take a life of another or being on the run from losing yours. We know it may seem that there is no way out now you have committed that particular crime in the past, but it will only get worse in the future if the practice continues and more lives are lost, more bystanders critically injured, and more families and communities affected. Please cease and encourage your brothers to do the same, and seek help and refuge from those who can assist you in coming to grips with the wrong that was committed, bearing the consequences of former actions, and helping you towards a change of heart and better view of life, with the hope of a second chance to make amends and a new start in life. Our church is praying for you also, and wish to assist in the upliftment and betterment of your lives and well-being. Beloved, let there be peace in our land, and let each one say, let it begin with me. May God bless our nation.